Next, I am going to discuss the motion of a car in a banked road. Of course, earlier also I have discussed about banking, the class number 5 in general circular motion. But there I have discussed the motion of a car on a banked road by not considering the frictional force. That means the safe speed or optimum speed with which the vehicle can move so if theta is the angle of banking of a curved road and V naught is the speed for which the road is banked for, then I discussed in the earlier one of the previous classes, I think class number 5 in general circular motion, tan theta equal to V naught square by RT. Now you should concentrate only to listen now. Don't write running notes when I am explaining or discussing. You can write the notes later. I will show you the typed form or PowerPoint presentation of the notes later. So at present we just concentrate only to listen. That means V naught is the speed with which the vehicle can safely move around the circular track or circular path or curved road which is banked, so that the vehicle can move without friction. That means the vehicle need not depend on friction for centripetal force. That means the required centripetal force is provided by horizontal component of a normal reaction. That means with the when the vehicle moves with this particular speed denoted by V naught, which is equal to GR tan theta under root, then it can move around the curved road which is banked so that no friction is needed to provide centripetal force. So when the vehicle moves with this particular speed, the wear and tear on the tires of the vehicle will be minimum. That means the pressure on the wheels or tires of the vehicle will be minimum when the vehicle moves around the curved road which is banked with this particular speed. As I discussed in the part theta is the angle of banking. The angle of banking is the angle which the sloping width of the road makes with the horizontal. So now suppose if the vehicle is moving with a speed more than V naught. Here we are showing the front view of the cross section of the vehicle moving around the curved road. So center of curvature of the path is on the left side in the figure. So when the speed of the vehicle is more, it tends to move away from the center of curvature. Then the friction on the tires by the road acts down the sloping width of the road to provide the needed centripetal force. The weight mg acts vertically downwards. The narrow reaction force on the vehicle by the plane of the road acts perpendicular to the plane of the road and directed away from the road. So I am going to now discuss if V is greater than V naught. If V equal to V naught, you can take friction to be 0 or negligible on the tires by the road. That means the vehicle can move around the curved road which is banked without depending on friction for centripetal force, without the necessity of friction for centripetal force. But when V is more than V naught, To provide the needed centripetal force, the friction must have a component towards center of curvature of the curved path. Friction always acts tangential to surface in contact, so it acts down the sloping width of the road. So now I am going to calculate the maximum value of the limit V or safe speed with which a vehicle can move around the curved road without skidding when V is more than V naught. So now I would like to draw a separate figure, that is three-body diagram, for the forces acting on the vehicle when V is more than V naught. The weight mg acts vertically downwards. The force of friction acts tangential to the path. The narrow reaction force acts perpendicular to the surface of the road and direct away from surface of the road. So I am going to find the net force on the vehicle in the horizontal and vertical directions. The horizontal direction towards center of curvature of the circular path which provides centripetal force. So this, as I discussed in the past number of times, the line of action of normal reaction is produced backwards. This angle between the line of action of normal reaction produced backwards and line of action of the weight mg. The same as the angle of inclination theta of the sloping width of the road with the horizontal. That means the line of action of normal reaction makes an angle theta with the vertical direction. The force of friction acts tangential to the surface. The frictional force acts along the sloping width of the curved road, down the road, which makes an angle theta to the horizontal. That means frictional force makes an angle theta to the horizontal. Can resolve the forces N and F. Here small f is the magnitude of friction force on the tires by the road. N is the magnitude of normal reaction force by the plane of the road. So the vertical component of the normal reaction will be equal to n cos theta. Just concentrate only to listen. Can copy the working later. The horizontal component of the normal reaction will be equal to n sin theta. Can resolve the frictional force also into components along the horizontal and vertical directions. So the horizontal component of the friction will have magnitude f cos theta. The vertical component of friction will have magnitude f sin theta. So net force in the vertical direction or y-axis, if we choose vertical direction as y-axis, is equal to n cos theta, which acts vertical upwards. The vertical component normally acts with magnitude n cos theta acts vertically upwards. The weight mg acts vertically downwards. Vertical component of friction with magnitude f sin theta acts downwards. But the vehicle will have no motion in the vertical direction. So net force in the vertical direction must be 0. So n cos theta can be written as mg plus f sin theta. So the centripetal force is equal to the net force on the vehicle in the horizontal direction towards center of curvature of the circular path, that is equal to n sin theta plus f cos theta. That means both the horizontal components of normal reaction and friction are directed towards left side, toward the horizontal, toward the center of curvature of circular path. That can be written as equal to mv square by r. So you can substitute the value of n from first equation, second equation. You can substitute the value of n in from first equation, second equation. So we have to find the value of n from these two equations. After finding the value of n from these two equations, and next we find the magnitude of friction from these two equations. Then we'll apply the condition to find the maximum speed limit. F should be less than or equal to, F will be less than or equal to u into n. That means the horizontal component of friction and the horizontal component of the force exerted by the road on the vehicle can provide the centripetal force until the friction reaches the limiting value, u into n. So you can find from first equation n equal to mg plus f sin theta by cos theta. You can substitute this value in the second equation. So substituting this value of n in the second equation. From second equation you can write m equal to mg plus f sin theta by cos theta into sin theta plus f cos theta called mv square bar. I'm solving for magnitude of friction. So collecting the terms containing magnitude of friction. So mg into sin theta plus f into sin square theta plus cos square theta by cos theta equal to mv square by r. So you can find the value of f here. After finding the value of f, later again I show you the whole working in the typed form with more clarity, just only to concentrate to listen. So the condition which we are going to apply is that f is less than or equal to u into n. To find the maximum speed limit or maximum value of v with which a vehicle can move, we have to write f equal to u into n. So you can substitute the value of n here in terms of f in this equation. And the whole thing is a mathematical simplification. First, I would like to show you the conclusion, and I am going to show you the notes for the discussion which I am doing now more systematically, so that you can copy the working. You have to copy the working and the diagram which I am going to show, because unless you write it on paper, you will not have the clarity. Don't read the derivation without writing on paper. You must read the notes which I am going to show, but you should also write on paper. So you can learn the derivation only if you have writing practice. Come on, look at the screen here. First I am going to show you the conclusion directly on the screen. This discussion you find in the textbooks will be based on the for the board textbooks also. Look at the screen here. First I read out the conclusion. You must copy this working compulsorily. Otherwise you cannot follow the discussion. If V0 is the speed with which the vehicle can move around the banked curved road, at which friction is not needed to provide the centripetal force, then tan theta you can write V0 square by Rg, or V0 square you can write Rg into tan theta, or V0 can be written as Rg into tan theta power 1 by 2. Come on, copy down the statement shown on the screen. In case you need more time to copy this, you can take a pause and take your time. I am going to show the continuation for this. V is greater than V naught. And the maximum permissible speed with which the vehicle can move around the curved road without slipping is given by V maximum equal root of nu s plus tan theta whole multiplied by gr by 1 minus nu s tan theta. This you can also write in another way. You must copy the conclusion I have shown on the screen. For MPC students, of course, biology students should remember this conclusion as it is. MPC students or MIP students can also write this conclusion in another way. Nu s can be written as tan phi where phi is the angle of friction between the tires of the vehicle and the road. Phi is the angle of friction. So, write nu s equal to tan phi. This you can write V maximum equal to under root of GR into tan of positive difference of or tan of theta plus phi can write. Sum of theta plus phi, not difference. So it may be easier for the MP student to remember the formula in this form. Later you can expand back to this and get this result. Come on, copy down the conclusion. I am going to show you the proof part working for this conclusion in a systematic way. You must be ready with your pen and notebook. You must write. You must keep writing. Cannot read physics like a novel. So it needs whatever you study, any mathematical equation, you must keep writing on paper. Only then you get the familiarity with the subject. So you can take a pause and write it in the notes in case you need more time. I am going to show the continuation for this, the working part. This is a free body diagram for the vehicle moving around the curved road which is banked when V is greater than V naught. That means the speed of the vehicle is more than that optimum speed for which it can move without friction. So here normal reaction force on the vehicle by the plane of the road makes an angle theta with a vertical direction. The friction force on the tires of the road by the road acts down the sloping width of the road. Can resolve these forces. N and small f. Small f representing the magnetic friction force exerted on the tires by the plane of the road. It acts down the sloping width of the road. So the horizontal component of friction will have magnitude of cos theta directed towards left side. That means towards center of curvature of circular path. That means you have to understand that the vehicle is moving around the curved path with center of curvature present to the left side. So horizontal component of normal reaction will be n sin theta, vertical component of normal reaction is n cos theta. Will have magnitude and cos. The horizontal component of friction will have magnitude of cos theta directed towards left side towards center of curvature of circular path. The vertical component of magnetic friction will be f sin theta. The horizontal component of friction with magnitude of cos theta acts towards left, that means towards center of curvature of circular path. The vertical component of friction with magnitude of sin theta acts vertically downwards in the direction of force of gravity. Come on, all of you, please copy this free body diagram because the whole calculation you can follow only if you have this free body diagram in front of you on paper. Next, I am going to show you the working for this case. But all the working is based on this diagram, fever diagram, which I have shown on the screen. So before you go through the working, you need to copy this diagram on paper to understand further discussion. Even though you are not writing any notes now, you please copy this particular figure on white paper so that you can follow the discussion which we are going to do after this slide. So magnitude of net force in the vertical direction, you can write n cos theta minus f sin theta minus mg. That can be equated to 0. So in case you need more time, you can take a pause. I am going to show you the continuation for this. So net force in vertical direction equal to n cos theta minus f sin theta minus mg. That will be 0 because the vehicle will have no motion in the vertical direction. So n cos theta equal to mg plus f sin theta. Magnitude of centripetal force equal to n sin theta plus f cos theta, that you can write mv square by r. This you call equation 2. But small f is, magnitude of friction between the tires and the road cannot exceed the limiting value in US into n. To find V maximum, we can write F equal to US into n. So equation 1 becomes, if you substitute F equal to US into n cos theta equal to F sin mg plus F sin theta. I have substituted small f equal to US into n. So equation 1 now we can write this way. Come on, all of you, please finish writing the notes up to here. All of you must finish writing the notes up to here. To understand the discussion also, you must write this, the equations and calculation on paper. Otherwise, if you just read out the derivation, you cannot understand or learn the method properly. You cannot grasp it clearly. So it's compulsory for you to write these equations on paper to follow the discussion. In case you need more time to copy this, you can take a pause and take your time. I am going to show the continuation for this. So equation 2, which I have written here as n sin theta plus f cos theta mv square by r. Here also you can substitute small f equal to US into n in this term. So you get equation 2 becomes n sin theta plus US n into cos theta equal mv square by r. From equation 1 you can solve for n equal to n into cos theta minus US sin theta equal mg, or n equal to mg by cos theta minus US sin theta. Come on, all of you, please finish writing these equations in your notes. You can take a pause and take more time to copy this in case you need more time. I am going to show the continuation for this. Substituting the value of this value of n in the equation 2, we get mj by cos theta minus US sin theta whole multiplied by sin theta plus US cos theta equal to mv maximum square by r. Or V maximum square can be written as gr into sin theta plus US cos theta by cos theta minus US sin theta. So you can divide here both numerator and denominator with cos theta. So if you divide here both numerator and denominator with cos theta, can write gr into sin theta by cos theta plus US into cos theta by cos theta divided by cos theta by cos theta minus US into sin theta by cos theta. So cos theta by cos theta, you can take it as 1 in the denominator, and sin theta by cos theta, you can write tan theta. So V maximum square can write gr into tan theta plus US by 1 minus US tan theta. So from this you get V maximum, the same result which I have already shown you on the screen. in the beginning. Come on, all of you, please finish writing up to here. In case you need more time to copy this, you can take a pause and take your time. I am going to show the continuation for this. So next I am going to show you the calculation for I would like to show the calculation for minimum speed when V is less than V naught. So this part of the discussion I observed given even in the junior intermediate or 11th class textbooks intended for board examination. But the next part of discussion you don't find in the regular board textbook, but it may be needed for preparation for entrance examinations. First, I am going to show you the conclusion for the speed limit when V is less than V naught. V is less than V naught, frictional force on the car will be up the slope. Because when V is less than V naught is the safe speed limit or optimum speed with which a vehicle can move around the curved banked road without depending on friction for centripetal force. V, that means if the speed of the vehicle less than that optimum speed, then the vehicle will have a tendency to slip down the sloping width of the road. Then the friction on the car by the road acts up the road. So the vehicle will not slip down the road if tan theta is less than or equal to US. So next I am going to show you the next conclusion for the speed limit when V is less than V naught and tan theta greater US. This can be calculated by considering the free body diagram. For the vehicle moving around the banked road. So when V is less than V naught, then the vehicle will have a tendency to slip down the sloping width of the road when speed of the vehicle becomes less than the optimum speed V naught, for which it is banked. Then friction on the tires by the road acts up the road. Of course, the weight mg acts vertically downwards. The narrower reaction force on the vehicle by the plane of the road acts perpendicular plane of the road directed away from surface of the road. Please first finish copying this part. I am directly giving you the conclusion for minimum speed limit. That means if I will read out the conclusion, if V is less than V naught and tan theta greater US, then the minimum linear speed with which the car should move around the banked curved road to avoid skidding down the road is given by V minimum equal root of GR in tan theta minus US by 1 plus US tan theta. Come on, all of you copy this conclusion. In my next slide, I will be showing you the working or proof part for this conclusion. This can be, of course, biology students must remember this conclusion in the same way I have shown on the screen. Whereas the MPC student can also write the conclusion in another way. They can substitute nu s equal to tan phi, where phi is the angle of friction between the tires and the road. Therefore, the minimum speed limit can be written as root of GR into tan of theta minus phi, when theta is more than phi, when tan theta is more than phi. I mean tan theta is more than US. Conclusion is valid only when tan theta is more than US. Tan theta is more than US, it will have a tendency to slip down the width of the road. So to oppose this tendency to slip down the width of the road, friction acts up the road, up along the width of the road. Come on, finish writing up to here. Later I will show you the working. In case you need more time to copy all this, you can take a pause and copy this. Better copy the diagram also roughly on the right side. I am going to show the continuation for this, working for this. So as I told you, the friction force on the tires by the road acts up along the road when V is less than V naught. This is the free body diagram. The normal reaction force on the vehicle by the plane of the road acts perpendicular to plane of the road and directed away from the surface of the road. Can resolve the normal reaction force and frictional force into rectangular components in the horizontal and vertical directions as shown on the right hand side. The vertical component of normal reaction with magnitude n cos theta acts vertically upwards. The horizontal component of normal reaction with magnitude n sin theta acts horizontally toward left side. That means it acts toward the center of curvature of the circular path. The vertical component of the horizontal component of friction with magnitude f cos theta acts towards right side. The vertical component of the friction with magnitude f sin theta acts vertically upwards. So net force in the vertical direction you can write n cos theta plus f sin theta minus mg. But it should have no motion in the vertical direction, therefore net force in the vertical direction is 0. So n cos theta plus f sin theta must be equal to mg in magnitude. So net force in the horizontal direction towards center of curvature of circular path is n sin theta minus f cos theta, which can be equated to mv square by r. I will show you the working or equations in my next slide. First, you must compulsorily copy this figure and diagram, because unless you have this figure written on paper, drawn on paper in front of you, you cannot follow the discussions or calculations which I am going to show on the screen. So you take a pause and take your own time to copy this diagram, but copy it correctly and properly. I am going to show the continuation for this. For no motion in vertical direction, n cos theta plus f sin theta equal mj, call equation capital A. Centripetal force is equal to net force in the horizontal direction towards left side in the free body diagram, towards center of curvature of circular path. That has magnitude n sin theta minus f cos theta, which can be written as mv square by r. This I call it as equation B. But friction between the tires on the road will be less than or equal to limiting value u into n. To find the minimum value of V, I take f equal to n. Come on, all of you, first finish copying the working up to here. Unless you write the whole working on paper with your pen, you cannot follow the whole discussion. Can take a pause and complete writing the notes up to here. I am going to show the continuation for this. Equation A becomes, if you substitute f equal nu into n in the equation A, this is the equation A. In this equation, you substitute small f equal nu into n, you get n cos theta plus nu f sin theta equal mg. The same way we will substitute nu into n, f equal nu into n in the equation B also on the left side. You get n sin theta minus nu n cos theta equal mv square by r. That we are going to show in next step. So n cos theta plus nu n cos theta sin theta equal mg. So you can take n common here. N into cos theta plus nu sin theta equal mg, or n equal mg by cos theta plus nu sin theta. This comes from equation A. And equation B becomes n sin theta minus f cos theta has written. Here substitute f equal to nu n equal mv minimum square by r. Come on, all of you, finish copying up to here. The next step, I am going to substitute this value of n in this equation. So I am going to substitute this value of n in this equation. In case you need more time to copy this working, can take a pause and take your time. I am going to show the continuation for this. So n into substituting, taking n common here, you get n into sine theta minus nu cos theta equal mv minimum square bar. This is the equation from obtained from equation B. From equation A and B, that means substituting the value of n from equation A in the equation B, you get this equation, next equation. This you can simplify further. You get V minimum equal root gr into sine theta minus nu cos theta by cos theta plus nu sine theta. Come on, all of you, please finish writing the notes up to here systematically. So next I am going to solve one problem based on the discussion I have done so far in the motion of a car around the banked curved road. When you are given the question of friction, in case you need more time to copy this, you can take a pause and take your time. This you can also write V minimum equal root gr into tan theta minus nu by 1 plus nu tan theta. That means if you divide, you can divide both the numerator and denominator with cos theta. So sin theta by cos theta, you can write tan theta here, both numerator and denominator. And cos theta by cos theta, you can write as 1. So you get minimum value of the speed with which the vehicle can move around the curved road without skidding is given by root of gr in tan theta minus nu by 1 plus nu tan theta. Of course, this condition formula is valid only when V is less than V naught and tan theta is greater than S. Only then this condition is applicable. I am going to discuss one problem based on this earlier discussion. I am going to show the problem screen. Look at the problem here. A circular race track of radius 300 meters, banked at an angle of 50 degrees. The question of friction between the wheels of the race car and the road is 0.2. What is the, there are two parts of the question. First part, what optimum speed of the race car to avoid wear and tear on its tires? Second part of the question, maximum permissible speed to avoid slipping. J equal to 10 meter per second square and tan 50 degrees equal to 0.27. Come on, finish writing. So here tan theta is equal to tan 50 degrees, that is 0.27. The radius of curvature of the circular path is 300 meters. In question of friction, when the tires on the road is 0.2. G is given at 10 meter per second square. So V naught is the safe speed, optimum speed, which we denoted by V naught, for which a car can move around the banked road without depending on friction for centripetal force. The wear and tear on the vehicles, the wear and tear on the tires of the vehicle will be minimum when the vehicle moves with the particular speed which we discussed in the past, denoted by V naught. So tan theta equal to V naught square by gr, or V naught square, you can write gr into tan theta. So optimum speed with which the vehicle can move around the curved road, gr into root of gr into tan theta. So here g is given to be 10 meter per second square. The rate of curvature of circular path 300 meters. Tan theta is 0.27. So that will be root of 81 into 10 meter per second, or 9 root 10 meter per second is the answer for the first part of the question. That means next here you can, to find the maximum permissible speed, we can directly use the result I have derived, because in objective type exam you will not have the time, required time to derive that result for maximum speed. Even for subjective exam, in board exam also you can use the conclusion directly, because it's the first conclusion I have given for speed limit, that is maximum speed limit. It is discussed in the board textbook also, but the other condition for minimum speed, I think it's not discussed in the textbook. So the maximum speed limit with which a vehicle can move around the curved road without skidding is equal to root of gr into tan of theta plus phi. Or you can write tan of theta plus phi, you can write tan theta tan phi by 1 minus tan theta tan phi. So tan phi equal to nu. So tan theta plus nu s, or nu, by 1 minus tan theta into nu. Now substitute all the values. If you want to copy down this working, please take a pause and copy the calculation part. And you, after copying the calculation part, you substitute the values of g and r and tan theta in this equation to find the V maximum. So V maximum can write root of, substituting the g equal to here 10 meter per second square. The rate of curvature equal to 300 meters. Tan theta equal to 0.27. Nu equal to 0.2. By 1 minus tan theta is 0.27. Nu is 0.2. Come on, you simplify. Everything is within the root symbol only. You can simplify this. Come on, copy down and complete the simplification part. So you can complete the simplification part yourself. Okay. So I'll continue my discussion in my next class.